Hello friends, Tanya here with a video for Trinity stamps. Today we are going to do a bottle tag using the bottle gift tag die set, the Slimline all spruced up stamps and dies. Those are, I think they came out last year. The Cheers die set and a few other goodies. I love this bottle gift tag. You can use it for all kinds of things, including wine and all those other lovely bottled items, olive oils, fancy olive oils. We're also going to pull out some specialty paper. I've got the holly green and the black velvet or velveteen black, I think one of those two. That's by Tonic. I think it's called Craft Perfect. Yeah, cardstock. And since I have it in my stash, I'm going to use it. And it's going to make this tag super special and very easy. So I'm taking the poinsettia from the all spruced up stamp set, and I'm using a Copic Safe ink to stamp it on some heavyweight white cardstock because I'm going to Copic color these. And I chose to use this poinsettia because it is the right scale for this bottle, and I was so glad that I had it in my stash and remembered that I had it in my stash. I'm coloring these quick with some Copics in reds. This is R39 as my darkest, and I'll use R46 as my mid-tone for red and R22 for my lightest. These are almost a pink poinsettia by the time I'm done with them. I do go over each color with each previous color with the newest color and just blend it out. I did think I had the camera running when I colored the first one and then realized I did not. So thankfully I didn't just buzz right through and color both without checking the camera. You probably didn't want to watch me do both anyway. I do have to do a little extra work at blending this back a little bit because it is such a drastic color change between the R22 and the R36, but I really like how it turned out. And I like how comfortable I've become with using Copics. I used to be very hung up on using colors in combinations that other people had already tested, and I could see exactly what they were going to do. And I am far more comfortable with the Copics now that I've had, I think, 3 years of experience playing with them, that I can just look at my colors and start grabbing and not worry about, doing the research on finding something that works. That's the beauty of practice, practice, practice. You get comfortable with your supplies. You end up spending less time choosing colors because you know how they play together and you're less afraid to experiment. Now that I have both of these poinsettias colored, I'm going to use some Clear Wink of Stella. You could use whatever sparkly medium you have. You could even take the liquid pixie dust with a paintbrush and paint over the top of that. That would be really wet, and I really didn't want to make this image that wet because I wanted to hurry up and finish this project. I didn't want to wait for it to dry. And now I'm taking the coordinating die for the all spruced up stamp and die set, and I'm going to die cut both of these poinsettias. I won't make you watch both of those, but they do cut fairly close to the inked lines, which I really like. Next, I'm taking my bone folder and curling the ends of the petals up a little bit, petals and leaves, to give them a little dimension. Since this isn't going on a card, it's going on a tag. Next, I pulled out the gorgeous gold baubles, and they have some little tiny baubles in here, and that's the ones I'm looking for because I want to add several to each of the centers of these poinsettias. I love that look. I am going to use 2 different sizes here. I'm searching for those little tinies, and I can't seem to find any. So I take the bin and I dump the rest out, I think, but static plays a role. It actually hung on to several of the little tiniest of the baubles, which was perfect. Then I didn't have to dig through the tidy tray to look for them. And I love how that worked out. I did that for the second one also, so we have 2 of those poinsettias ready to roll when we have the rest of the tag together. That cheers is from the bottle gift tag die set. I had die cut those for the close-up product close-up video, and then I had them in the envelope ready for a project. The foil I used for that cheers is called Rustic Crimson, and I had layered that onto a piece of shimmer white cardstock. I was showing you the cap of this bottle. It has different embossing on top and bottom, so you can tell where the top of the bottle cap would be. I love how this looks so much like a bottle of wine. It has all of the different little elements that you can apply on it. I just decided to go pretty simple by using some specialty papers to add some extra pizzazz, and then the layers without any inking or blending or stamping, just letting the dies do all of the work for me. This last piece is a label piece, and I did use some gold shimmery cardstock for this, and I'm just going to use a little bit of coaster blank, which is my method of dimension of choice. And coaster blanks, in case you're wondering, are simply pulpboard blanks like you would get under your drink at a restaurant or a bar. You can order them without any promotional stuff on it or any image on it at all, just simply the pulpboard. I get those on Amazon. If you're really interested, let me know. I'll give you a link. I get questions every time about what coaster blanks are. So that's what a coaster blank is. Now, when I'm adhering this to the tag, I want to make sure that I fold the top so that I don't glue anything past the score line. I wouldn't want to do that because then your tag doesn't hang beautifully over the neck of the bottle. I did have to trim a little bit off of the stem of this champagne flute, and I am going to use a little bit of gold vellum. I got this, a few years ago. It's from my stash. It's from a big box craft store. It's just some gold shimmery vellum, and I thought that would look like a full glass of champagne. And by putting my liquid glue in and then just kind of tapping it to spread it, it makes it not create an image or an impression behind the vellum, which was perfect. Next, I'm adding a little bit of coaster blank behind my poinsettias, and I'm going to add those to the bottle and to the base of the glass. I do have to add a little extra pressure and give a little extra time for this to adhere to the bottle, since that is a mirror cardstock. It doesn't dry as fast. It's not porous on that side. The other side is nice and porous, but this takes a little extra time to dry. That is all of the front of the tag. Did you know there is a to and a from, both the letters and the bubble cut on that die set? Look at that. You could adhere that to the back of your tag and you have a beautiful to and from on there also. I hope you enjoyed this tag. Maybe you'll dig yours out and make some yourself. They're great for a last-minute gift. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in any of the supplies that I used today, check that description box below. There will be links in the supply list. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you did that today. Here are a couple more videos we thought you might enjoy. Until next time, bye-bye.